Hi guys, good afternoon, Friday 9th of October. Relatively quiet data front, couple of Brexit comments, but really it's relatively stable. I'm just going to bring in the pound, which you can see just put below a comment from Germany playing hardball on the fisheries in those Brexit talks, but back to where it was pretty quickly. The pound, as we know, got big level 130, so can we get up there for the end of the week will be key. Or do we start to drift down lower? You can see from a sort of line in the sand point of view, the 129 handle is important. Quite a few times it acted as either support or resistance. So a push below there would be bearish on the week, and then you'd be identifying sort of 128.20s to come into play. But if we finish close to that 130, it'd be key going into the next week. The euro is actually at a 2.5 week high. It has just rejected that high again though, so worth seeing how that develops certainly over the next hour or so, and whether we can push back to the resistance that held the last couple of trading days, 118 on the handle. This would be a big break if it can confirm a new high for the week. I think those dollar bulls will be slightly put off here, and actually the euro could look to climb towards that 119 handle. Elsewhere, gold on a very key level, keep a watch on that as well. A lot of these dollar related markets, you can see they did bottom out at that back end of September, broke above sort of previous resistance, found support, and they're now testing very important resistance levels. If gold breaks that, if euro breaks the resistance here, if pound breaks 130, well, we could start to see a bit of a dollar short, well, yeah, the dollar shorts come back into play, and these short squeezes come into full effect. Elsewhere, S&P broke the key resistance level, which you could argue would be similar for that risk on push that we saw in some dollar weakness. Any retest of that looks like a good opportunity to get long. Relatively flat for the day, not too much going on. Next target I would be keeping an eye on is that 4th of September high, 34.72. The handle above that is probably the last resistance level before a potential all-time high. The Nasdaq has actually got a tiny bit more to go to confirm a break of that level. You can see it's trading on it right now, and you also have the low that really was a line of defense before the move down on the 4th. So you can see that low of the 1st September here, 11,650. A close above there would be ultimately pretty bullish for things. Another market that is right on resistance and actually coming lower today is oil. Hurricane Delta, one of the main reasons that we had pushed higher over the last few trading days, has just come into a major resistance area now. Last seen 18th of September, and before that such a solid level of support that gave way on the 3rd and 4th of September when a lot of markets did and the dollar was strong. However, we have just come into that whole resistance area. So keep a watch on that, bullish above, bearish if it starts to hold, especially into next week. My personal view is that we see more dollar weakness, that we see more risk on, and that linked in with oil could see a push higher. However, there are other factors at play. Elsewhere, let's just have a quick look over at the other remaining dollar pairs. Aussie dollar also has a very key level, but you can see that's really knocking on the door there. 50-day moving average, double top that we saw on the 1st of October and again this week on the 6th. If equities continue to push higher, and you also see that break in the euro and the pound above 118 and 130 respectively, then the Aussie is likely to break through this whole resistance level as well. Just be aware of that trend line that comes from the year high. Rest of the week relatively quiet for the rest of the day, I should say, on the data calendar, so just keep aware of these daily closes. It's going to be very key going forward. Hope you all have great weekends. I'm off next week, so Alex will be taking over these videos, but I look forward to catching up with you in a week's time.